Good day, coaches, players, even parents, yes? Today, what I want to do is work on spatial awareness. And spatial awareness for young people, even some of the older players, first-time players, coaches. This is a great exercise. I developed this exercise about 3-4 years ago. And it's basically a simple box. Yeah, you're going to design a simple box, and we're going to go over on how to get your players understanding space so they're not running into each other, but also you're going to see as we go along with this exercise, teaching them how to overlap, clearing the area, being aware of what space is ahead of them, but also being aware of the space that's behind them, the player on the ball being aware. So getting them also an understanding when they have the ball to act accordingly and not reacting. So the first thing I want you to do is set your field up, okay, and design your field as if you're playing a 3v3. So the grid that you're going to work in is going to be 40 yards, okay, by around 30 yards. So you're looking at about 120 feet, okay, by 90 feet. So let's look at this, all right? You're looking at your length, so let's go 40, okay, and let's go 30, all right? So you're talking about yards. All right, and that's how we're gonna set up. All right, so here we go. In your field, I want you to divide it up, okay? Because we're gonna work on zones, okay? So take your field down the middle and across, okay? We're gonna name these zones. This will be zone 1, so we're gonna be going, so zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4, okay? Now, in each zone, you're gonna put a player, okay? Number 11, whichever player you want in each zone. Now, the exercise that I'm gonna give you and this drill that I'm gonna give you, it can now be set up for a 4v4, 3v3, whatever system you're gonna play, small-sided. So really don't make a difference on your system. This is more got a part of the moments of the game, right? How to keep them in possession long enough to execute. So how does it work? So the first thing we're gonna do is that the first thing you let your players know is always keep their eyes on the ball. Always keep their eyes on the ball. Number 11 has the ball. So number 11 is gonna take the ball and can dribble in either zone. Zone 3, zone 4, or zone 2. Their choice. But every time before they dribble, you want them to do some sort of move. So let's go. Number 11 is going to dribble the ball into zone 3. Now, here's how this works. The player in zone 3 cannot stay in the zone. But you don't want the player number 4 to go past and cross. Because that will mean is that the player will be taking their potential defender. So you're going to get the other player 7 and player 8. They have to recognize now the execution space. So, player 8 can slide across, okay, to zone 1. Zone 4 can slide across to zone 2. Or 7 can slide down to zone 2. 4 can slide across. Now they're working on focusing on space, okay? So let's go again. Exercise. 11 dribbles are now across diagonal. Now the shift comes, okay? Zone 8 can slide. Zone 7 can slide across now because they're not crossing the path, okay? Once player goes around, now you get them to speed up the play. 11 slides across, we come up, we slide, we go over. Let them be creative, okay, when they're sliding from zone to zone. Also, some tips. Making sure, number 1, when the player is dribbling across, okay, 7, if 8 decides to sprint down, make sure that they're looking at the ball, all right? They got that visual contact. 7 slides across, make sure they're sliding, but they're sliding across the ball. You want to make sure they're also focusing on the space in each zone. What you can do is take and put dots, flat markers in the middle. So what this is going to do is get them to recognize their spacing, because you don't want them entering into a zone and all of a sudden we slide And then number 7 stops here, okay? 4 slides in here, okay? So that would help them with their spacing. Sharpness, awareness, okay, is very important. This is the first phase. We're gonna go to the next phase, is getting them, is when they're dribbling across now, player slides. Now once they get in, the player that's open can call for the ball. Then this player now has to start again and we rotate, right? So that's what we're looking for. So that's our second phase to it. So let's focus on the first phase. Make sure your attention to detail the movement. After the first group finishes, okay, then you put in team number 2. They slide in, and you continue the exercise. Okay, so I hope that's gonna give you a start to working on spatial awareness. We'll go to the next phase in teaching them. The next set is passing the ball across to the next player.